Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to take a look at the upcoming Hearthstone Standard rotation from the perspective of Hunter. The Standard rotation is coming in April 2019, and in this Standard rotation 3 expansions are going to leave the Standard format, and they will only be available in Wild after that. So Journey to Un'Goro, Knights of the Frozen Throne and Kobolds and Catacombs, the expansions that were published in 2017, will be leaving the Standard format soon. In this video I'm going to take a look at the key cards that I'm going to leave, as well as some of the key cards that are going to stay in the format, and what all of this means for the main decks of the Hunter class, and what sort of Hunter decks can we expect to be available after the rotation based on this information. Of course, there's also going to be one new expansion coming, and that's probably going to have a lot of say in what kind of Hunter decks will be viable, but we can already start to prepare for it a little bit. First of all, Journey to Un'Goro is leaving the Standard format. For Hunter, this means that Crackling Razormaw is going to be gone, and Crackling Razormaw has been one of the most powerful Hunter cards at all, so this is going to be a huge loss for Hunter early game. That one drop into Razormaw and adapt it onto, or coin 2 drop into Razormaw, adapt it onto, those have some incredibly strong plays available to Hunter, and those will be gone now. Likewise, Deathrattle Hunter is taking a big hit. No Terrascale Stalker, no Devilsaur Egg, no Charged Devilsaur. Yeah, a lot of stuff is going away. Knights of the Frozen Throne is perhaps the biggest hit of them all, because Deathstalker Rexa is going to go away from Standard format. Yeah, Hunter will lose the infinite value. This is going to be a big game changer, because Deathstalker Rexa has been something that's been extremely strong against all sorts of control decks, where it can just churn out infinite value, but Hunter won't be able to do that anymore. Other cards that will be gone from Knights of the Frozen Throne include Play Dead, so Deathrattle synergies, they are going away, Stitch Tracker, and Bear Shark. Bear Shark hasn't seen a lot of play lately, but it has been one of the stronger cards at some points, and it would have been one card that would be able to make a room for itself with Archetypes sleeve, but unfortunately Bear Shark is also going. The really big hit to Hunter, however, will be Kobolds and Catacombs. I mean, I had trouble even fitting all of the stuff over here, so Diamond is actually still missing from this list. It's a neutral card that's also going. And Katrina Winterwisp, so Deathrattle synergies, Recruit synergies, gone. Rockdala, spell synergies, gone. Lesser Emerald Spellstone, those secret synergies, gone. Flanking Strike, one of the most powerful 4-mana plays, because you destroy a minion and you build your own, so an incredible swing turn, gone. Wandering Monster, perhaps the strongest Hunter secret, gone. And Candle Shot, an incredible weapon that makes you immune while attacking, so that you're able to actually hit your face into some really big threats and kill them with Hunter's Mark and this, or with minions and this, delivering the final damage with the Candle Shot without any risk to your own health total. All of that is gone. Phew, that was really something. But what's going to stay? I mean, some stuff is still going to stay. And yeah, there's stuff like Houndblast the Shore. Houndblast the Shore is a really strong card that's going to stay. Wing Blast, so Flanking Strike is going, but Wing Blast is staying, and Wing Blast can have some of that same kind of tempo effect, even though it doesn't summon a minion and destroy a minion a single card, but especially when it is counted to 1 mana, then it can still provide some huge tempo swings. Dire Frenzy is going to stay, you can still make those big beasts and shuffle them into your deck. And the Hero Power synergy cards, they are not seeing a lot of play right now, but they are staying. Clockwork Automaton, Blackvault Pixie. So those will be here, and Baku will still be here as well, of course. So you can play Odd Hunter. There are also some interesting stuff that's going to stay from the Boomsday project. And there's still some mech and mech Deathrattle synergy. Spider-Bomb is there, Fireworks Tech is there, but it might be a little bit unlikely that these mechs are going to be that big of a thing. But then there is Subject 9 that's still going to stay in Standard format. Battlecry, draw 5 different secrets from your deck. So that's a big deal. That means that some sort of secret synergies are still remaining. And a really big deal for Hunter is again the last expansion of the year, and the last expansion of 2018, Rastakhan's Rumble. Zul'jin, Master's Call, Revenge of the Wild, Headhunter's Hatchet, Springpaw. That's a good selection of stuff. So even though Candleshot is leaving, but you can still Hunter's Mark together with Springpaw, for example, so you still have ways to use Hunter's Mark for hard removal. Master's Call, of course, enabling all of these beast-centric decks, an incredible card, still available. And some Beast Energy cards that have been seeing some play already after the latest round of nerfs, but are not really mainstream at the moment. Revenge of the Wild, Headhunter's Hatchet. Perhaps they will have more room to play. When it comes to the current Hunter archetypes, I've taken the most popular list that I have been able to find. These are not necessarily the best lists, and there are some tech choice differences, but the most popular typically does incorporate almost all of the key cards that are being used in archetypes, so I figured it would be good enough to take a look at what's going to happen to them. And this is Midrange Hunter. And it's losing Candleshot, Diamole, Flanking Strike, Deathstuck Rexa, Crackling Razormaw. Numerically not that many cards, but they are quite important early game cards. Diamole is an incredible 1-drop, Crackling Razormaw is the best 2-drop in the game maybe. And of course there's Deathstuck Rexa. So this archetype is hit, but on the other hand some sort of Midrange Hunter typically always exists. The difference is just, is it going to be tier 1, is it going to be top or bottom tier 2, something like that. Some sort of deck like this will exist always. And there are still some cards that can come in. There's like Direwolf Alpha, there's Vicious Scalehide is still going to be in Standard, Wing Blast that's already seeing some play in this archetype, and maybe even Baited Arrow. It kind of has that Flanking Strike feel to it, although it's significantly worse. It might be that Wing Blast is simply the superior substitute. Overall, I'm not afraid of Midrange Hunter existing. I just don't know where it is going to stay in the powered curve. So is it going to be a top tier deck or is it going to be a mid tier deck? But some kind of Midrange Hunter will survive. When it comes to Deathrattle Hunter, Candleshot gone, Playdead, Keleset, Devil's Oreg, Stitch Tracker, Terrasgestalker, Flanking Strike, Cube, Rexa, Charge Devils or Katrina. Well, all the Deathrattle synergies and recruit mechanics are gone. So this deck is very, very dead. Is there some way to revive it? I mean, there are some of those mech things left, like Spider Bombs, and there is the Fireworks deck. So you can activate some mech Deathrattles. Maybe you could do that with something. But overall it seems very difficult to rebuild this. It would be pretty much completely different if it can be rebuilt with mechs. I think it's just dead. Spell Hunter is also taking a huge hit. I mean, Wandering Monster, Flanking Strike, Rexa, Spellstone, To My Side, Rockdela. That's basically all the reasons to play a Spell Hunter in the first place. All of these you must not have any minions in your deck cards are going away, so Spell Hunter is pretty much dead. There is still Zul'jin remaining, but why would you play Zul'jin without any minions in the deck if you don't have to, because there are no cards left that only give benefits when you're playing a pure spell deck. So Spell Hunter, in this form at least, it's going to be dead. Then there's Hybrid Hunter. There's a deck that uses the secrets and the spellstones and some minions and Master's Call, and then they can do stuff like Thunder Rhino, and then they can play Spellstone and get a bunch of charging tree trees, but they cannot get charging tree trees anymore, because the Spellstone will be gone, and that Stuck Rexa will be gone. But most because the Spellstone is gone, then I don't really see why there would be a reason to combine secrets with beasts, because this is basically a secret beast synergy deck. There's the Master's Call in a key part over here, and using Master's Call in a deck with secrets doesn't seem to make much sense anymore if there's no huge reward for having those secrets in the deck. Which is also why we could take a look at the pure Secret Hunter, because there is also a Secret Hunter. Secret Hunter is this more aggressive archetype that runs stuff like Secret Keeper, and then it can play secrets and buff up that Secret Keeper and be very aggressive and go phase. It's also going to lose the Spellstone, and that's a pretty big loss. But there have been some cards in Rastakhan's Rumble, stuff like Masked Contender, that can get some secrets from your deck, and Bloodsculp Strategist that allows you to discover some spells. And then of course, Subject 9 is still going to remain, and Zul'jin is still going to remain. So there are a lot of building blocks remaining for some kind of this sort of aggressive secret hunter build. That is not a Master's Call build, it uses secret synergy cards, Subject 9. It depends on the power level after the rotation, but it looks like it will be possible to build some kind of a secret hunter deck for that. And finally, there's the Odd Hunter, or the Odd Face Hunter. And Odd Face Hunter is losing just about all of its 1-drops, because all the good 1-drops are from Journey to Un'Goro. Well, some are not, but anyway. Acro's Veteran, Candleshot, Diamol, Reaver, Firefly, Glacial Shard. That's a lot of 1-drop power that's going to be gone. Firefly especially has been a big deal in this archetype, allowing it to also play more 1-drops more easily on turn 2, and then start hero powering a little bit later. So that you can first get a bunch of minions, so that you can get a bunch of damage from those minions before you rely more on the hero power. That said, there are probably always going to be some 1-drops available. There's already stuff like Leper Gnome bubbling right under. It has already been used somewhat in the deck. And also, of course, Baku will remain, so that improved hero power is going to remain. And Clockwork Automaton, Blackwold Pixie, both from Witchwood. The hero power synergy cards are still there, so the deck still has means to gain a bunch of reach a bit later in the game. And if it can find suitable 1-drops, and there will of course be new 1-drops in the new expansion as well, then we might see Face Hunter keeping up with the times also after the rotation. As for hunter decks that don't currently exist but might exist based on the current card pool, there's of course that mech-based hunter from Boomsday Project cards, but I don't see that as very likely, but it's possible. And then Hunter has had a lot of beast synergies already before Master's Call, and one of these beast synergies was, for example, Houndmaster, which for a long time was considered one of the best cards in the game. So maybe you can also build some kind of Midrange Hunter deck that is not based on Master's Call, but is based on Houndmaster instead. But that seems a little bit unlikely, because Master's Call, discover minion in a deck, if all 3 are beasts, draw them all. That's just so powerful. And simply by including a couple of Houndmasters into your deck, you already reduce the probability of being able to draw 3 cards with Master's Call very much. So that's not something you want to do, it's either or. And currently it really looks like the Master's Call build is the stronger version. And as Master's Call will still remain, Dire Frenzy will still remain. And it's worth pointing out here that Zul'jin will still remain. So maybe there's also a way to build a Midrange Hunter deck so that it uses Zul'jin in some form, because then Zul'jin would cast Master's Call, Zul'jin would cast Dire Frenzy. This is stuff that is currently done in the Hybrid Hunter. But are the secrets strong enough to be run alongside these? Or is there some kind of a more pure, just beast spells Zul'jin, more limited spell package for Zul'jin? That might work out. Depending on what the hunter's spell selection is going to be after the rotation, then one of the main avenues I see that new hunter decks could be built around would be Zul'jin, with some sort of limited spell packages, instead of going pure spell hunter. Overall, the rotation is going to touch Hunter a lot, because Deathrattle Hunter's gone, Spell Hunter's gone. But there will always be some kind of Midrange Hunter, and there's some ways to build Odd Face Hunters and Secret Hunters, and maybe a few different variations of that midrange theme with the current cards. So there will be plenty of interesting hunter decks to build. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.